Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Am from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your May 2022 tarot reading. How are you guys? I hope you guys are well. Without further ado, let's see what we got going on for your May. What do we got coming up here for May for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout May 2022. We already have a card jumping out, and that card is going to be the Find Balance card. Moving on to the next card that we have here for Leo, what do we got? And we got here the Shine card. So, jumping into May 2022, Find Balance and Shine. Definitely seems to me like one situation is taking over another. What do I mean by this? Well, this could be about negativity overpowering positivity. This could be about ego overpowering intuition. You know, this is the energy here of kind of battling between the light and the dark within yourself. You want to reach the light so that you could shine, but it seems to me like the dark's been pretty overwhelming for you. So coming into May 2022, I definitely feel like what you'll be dealing with here is most likely the battle between the light and the dark, the negative side of your mind, and the positive. So how do we get back into the light in order to shine? That seems to be kind of the quest here coming into May 2022 of what you need to do. So let's go ahead and take a look here in your recent past before we go any further into this reading. What do we have for the recent past here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. First card out, we have here the Five of Pentacles. Okay, moving on forward from that, we also have here the Nine of Wands. And then moving on to the last card here for Leo, we got here the Strength card, which is the Leo card. So Five of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Strength card coming into your May. Coming into your recent past. Definitely feels to me like the Nine of Wands is saying, it's an energy of holding yourself back for sure. And it feels to me like you've held yourself back to the point where you've missed out on so many opportunities, because Five of Pentacles is a card of lack. So you've held yourself back because you didn't feel like you had the tools that you needed in order to be successful. Typically, when you see a Five of Pentacles is that card where you feel like you don't have enough or you don't have anything at all to really complete your task or goal. Five of Pentacles is the card of feeling left out in the cold or having no kind of tools to bring with you in order for you to gain some sort of success. So moving into your recent past, you may have felt like you couldn't be successful because you didn't have the tools you needed to be successful. You could have felt like you weren't enough as well, because the Five of Pentacles could kind of correlate to self-worth a little bit. So it may have been potentially an energy of you not feeling like you were enough, Leo. Nonetheless, though, with the Nine of Wands, it's a card of discouragement, right? When you see the Nine of Wands, it's like you're too scared to go for something. You're too nervous to open up. So it seems to me like in your recent past, you felt incredibly discouraged. You felt like you didn't have enough tools. Maybe you didn't feel like you were enough. And ultimately, it brought you into recluse. You know, we have here the Strength card, which is the card of holding yourself back. So as far as what I'm picking up on here in your recent past, you held yourself back from taking opportunities. Maybe you didn't feel like you were enough for those opportunities, or you didn't have the tools in order to be successful with the opportunities you've wanted. Let's go ahead and have a look here at the current energies for May 2022. What are going to be the current energies here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. First card out, we do have here the Page of Pentacles. Moving forward from that, we also got here the Judgment. And then lastly, for the line peeps, is going to be the Ace of Wands. So coming into the current energy for May, Page of Pentacles, Judgment card, and the Ace of Wands. Things are definitely a little bit different this time around. I feel like the Page of Pentacles is wanting to give yourself a chance to make an opportunity happen. So instead of being in the energy of lack, instead of holding yourself back from going for what you want, I see you taking initiative here coming into May 2022, which is relatively good. You're taking a chance here, the Judgment card. That is the card of giving a chance to something or granting a chance to something. So coming into your month of May, it's like, I want to give myself a chance here to have that new beginning I've wanted, to go after that opportunity I wanted to make happen. You know, we also got here the Ace of Wands, new beginning type of energy. So I feel like things are changing a lot in comparison to where you were in the past. In the past, you felt very discouraged. You held yourself back. You didn't feel like you had the tools. You didn't feel enough. But coming into May 2022, it's like, you know what? Even if I don't have what I think I need, I'm going to give it a chance anyways. So this is about going for it, you know? Saying screw it, becoming the fool and saying, let's try and see where it goes. Let's try and see what happens. Let's have a look here at the challenge for you guys. What is going to be the challenge here in the month of May for Leo? And what do we have? We have here the King of Pentacles. Interesting. We also have here the Knight of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. So the challenge for you guys definitely seems to be stability. I almost feel like sticking to the task, keeping yourself motivated, keeping yourself patient, keeping yourself driven. So it almost feels to me like the challenge for you is to consistently stay in a grounded environment and a grounded mood in order to keep pursuing what you want. The challenge is essentially to not psych yourself out, is what it looks like to me, because with the Three of Swords showing up over here, this card could represent separation, isolation, but it also could represent pain. So it feels to me like it's very easy for you to get discouraged in comparison to how you used to be discouraged here in your past. And in order to avoid that discouragement, you have to keep up this regimen of constantly keeping yourself in a positive and grounded mentality. But as soon as you feel like that foundation cracks or that foundation slips, it's so easy to fall right back into feeling incredibly discouraged. So with the Knight of Pentacles here, it's a very slow and steady energy, you know? You're trying to be very patient with yourself. You're trying to do the best that you can in the month of May to keep yourself grounded and to not let that discouragement back in. So that's where the challenge really is. Basically, the challenge is you not trying to let the darkness overcome the light, letting the negative within yourself overtake the positive and the optimistic energies that you're trying to put into your world right now. And I get that. You know, I definitely do. I think that when we're in experiences where we've been so used to being pessimistic, when we've been in experiences where we're so used to putting ourselves down and stopping before we get started, it becomes a habit. And when that kind of habit is formed, it's incredibly hard to break. You know, in my personal life, I've definitely had a lot of negative habits, especially one of those habits being not going for something. So basically not even trying something, psyching myself out before I started. You know, I've been a person who's done that multiple times in my life where I'd psych myself out before I gave something a try, and inevitably in the end I'd regret not giving it a chance anyways. But what I learned I had to do is I had to let my scared fear of failure not stand in the way of trying something. You know, the more and more you're kind of scared of failure, usually the more and more you're nervous to try a situation, because you get to that doomed question of, well, what is it, or what is going to happen, if I fail, right? So ultimately for you guys, the challenge here is keeping yourself in a positive and grounded mindset so that you don't psych yourself out here moving throughout May 2022. Let's see what it is you're going to be dealing with. What are my Leos going to be dealing with here in May? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. We have here the Page of Wands, we got here the Seven of Cups, and we got here the King of Cups. So Page of Wands to the Seven of Cups. You definitely have an interest here this month, I can say that for sure. There's something that you're pretty much focused on. Ultimately, though, I think that the issue is that you are very determined. I think that you're a very passionate person. I think you have a lot of bright ideas, but when it comes towards committing to what it is you want, that's where I think trouble starts to arise for you, because you'll commit to what you want, but then you get involved with, well, what if it doesn't work out? What if something bad happens? What if I change my mind? You know, I think that when it comes towards committing to your goals in the month of May 2022 is where you start to feel unsure if that goal is the right thing for you. So with the King of Cups over here, I feel like based upon what you're dealing with is that you're trying to go after things that you're emotionally invested in, things that you feel a connection to, things that you are passionate about. And I think that that's relatively a good thing, right? Because ultimately, when you're doing something you don't like, you're not going to end up doing it for that long. When you do something you don't like, you're not going to feel gratification. But if you were a person who is pursuing a dream per se, that is something you're super passionate about, you're going to love what you're doing every step of the way. You're going to love the journey, right? Despite of where you are in that journey. So I feel like based upon what it is you'll be dealing with is you're going to try to make sure you do things that you know you are genuinely interested in and that you have an emotional connection to, so that you feel more motivated to keep it going. For example, let's say we're talking about work right now, Leo. You know, maybe in your past you felt discouraged to start your own business. Maybe in your past you felt discouraged to apply for a certain type of job. But ultimately, coming into this month, if it's something you're interested in, if it's something you have an emotional and passionate connection to, I say go for it. Because the more invested you are in something that you want to be successful in, the better of a chance you actually have to be successful in that very same thing. You know? So I think it's very important to always do what we feel we connect with, right? So I like that for you. Based upon what you're dealing with, you're doing what you feel you are connected to. Let's see where things are going to be going for you. Where are things going to be going here for Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout May 2022. And we have here the Six of Swords, we got here the Star, and we got here the Lovers. Cool. So based upon where things are going, you're actually getting out of your shell a little bit over here. I feel like the Six of Swords to the Star card is like, yeah, I'm feeling aligned right now. I feel good. I'm actually pretty hopeful right now of my future. I'm doing what I'm connected to, the Lovers, okay? By the way, I know the Lovers is a card in the tarot that could represent soulmates and love, but it also could represent something you have a heavy connection to, which doesn't have to be a person. It could be something you're passionate about, like a job, career, or a hobby, okay? So ultimately here, based upon where things are going for you, it seems to be going quite swell. I think you're pretty hopeful here for your future. You do feel like you're in alignment. You do feel like things are working out for you. So there's going to be a switch here for you guys in the month of May, and I love to see it for you because you want to give yourself a chance to get the things in life that you want. Whereas in your recent past, you held back a lot, you felt very nervous and very discouraged, but now you're starting to rebuild that confidence little by little again. You know, something that's going to be incredibly beneficial that I can tell you guys to help rebuild your confidence is actually to achieve small tasks throughout your day. You know, one of those tasks can be making your bed in the morning. You know, I personally don't give a crap about a made bed in the morning. I'm that person that's like, I'm going to sleep in it again anyways, so why make it if I'm just going to sleep back in it? But, you know, that could even be a task to achieve. And when you achieve it, even though it's something little, something small, the more kind of small tasks that you do, and the more successful you are in achieving them, the more you can kind of build that confidence back slowly but surely. So as, you know, dumb as it may sound to somebody, give it a try. It actually might help you in reference to continuing to build up your confidence level. But guys, coming into May 2022 here, I actually see a really wonderful transformation for you. I feel like you are finding that balance. And by finding that balance again, you really are starting to shine, you know? I think that it takes a lot of courage to tell yourself and tell your brain and tell your programming, right? Because you got to keep in mind, if you were in a very discouraged place for a while, you know, that repetitiveness of being discouraged was programmed in your brain. It's very hard to break the programming of your brain. You know, if you are constantly told by your brain, do not try something, there's a chance it might not work out. So don't even give it a shot to anything you want to do. Like, to break away from that and to give yourself a chance to do something you want, that's a huge step. You know, that's conscious thinking. It's awesome to see you breaking away from those patterns that you were pretty much invested in subconsciously. So it's a huge step there in the right direction for you. And like I said, I know that the challenge for you guys in May 2022 is doing everything you can to stay grounded, to stay on task in order to get what you want, whatever goal you're working towards. I know it's really, really hard to deal with this type of situation. I know it's challenging, you know, to go against what you're so used to doing. But the great thing about habits is that bad habits can be broken and new ones can be created. And if you need to keep that as a mantra for you this month, definitely feel free to, because I think that's actually a wonderful statement to make. Bad habits can be broken, new ones can be created. So even if you had this bad habit of shutting yourself out from what you wanted, you can create the new habit of going for what you want every time you're passionate. Every time you feel something, every time you feel a connection, taking a leap of faith and saying, screw it, let's see if it works out. You can form that new habit. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the overall outcome here for Leo in May 2022. What is going to be the overall outcome here for Leo? We have here the Knight of Wands that swiftly wanted to come out. Let's get one more card. And we also have here the King of Swords. I like that. King of Swords is determination for sure. And it's also seriousness. It's about like putting the belt on right now, Leo. Feeling like you got everything down pat. You are good. You are as cool as a cucumber. I'm definitely feeling good energy here for you guys coming into your May 2022. You're cool, calm, and collected. You know, the King of Swords here is a really, really determined card to make it happen. So whatever kind of goal you have this month, I think you're determined to make it happen. I think you guys are ready here to break the bad habit of holding yourself back before you even get started. I think that you're ready to break other habits of not feeling like you're enough because you're recognizing that you're more than enough. Remember, there's no such thing as impossible. The word impossible literally spells out I'm possible. There is infinite and endless possibilities in this realm of reality of what we can achieve and what we can do. And I want you guys to remember that always, because you can do anything you really want to do as long as you put your mind to it, as long as you believe in yourself, and then most importantly, as long as you take action, because there is no action, right? Or sorry, there is no attraction without action. So you need to have the law of action in order to make the law of attraction work. Another little tidbit there to help some of you guys out. All right, so this is wonderful. And as I've mentioned, you know, based upon where things are going, it feels like it's working out for you here in May. You know, just by giving yourself the chance here to break out of your old patterns of holding yourself back, it feels pretty damn good to actually be pursuing what you want. And it does seem to be working out here for you. So I think you're going to start to see a bit of success here in May 2022. In May 2022, you're going to start to see some success here in reference to what it is you're working towards. And I think it's going to be really awesome for you. All right, Leo, fantastic reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this message, let me know down in the comments down below. Do keep in mind, if this message did not happen to resonate with you, that's totally okay. Feel free to check out any future videos that I post or any other awesome tarot readers on YouTube. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And with that being said, Leo, enjoy your May, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Much love, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.